So good afternoon, and we are discussing today another aspect of research, and today's topic will primarily be on some of the objectives and some of the types of research. Now, when we are talking of research, that means researching something and to reorient something to find out in a new fashion, to find out something in a different angle and approach that has not yet been applied before. So from that very angle, research means a lot. Research is not something that is very casual. Rather, research means directly a sort of sincerity on the part of the researcher. And researcher will be a dedicated individual who will be very focused on that particular area in which he or she is working on. Now, when we are talking about these different objectives of research, then we need to think in mind that the researcher will continuously dig out some of the hidden corners of the aspect, and those hidden corners to be, excavated, hidden aspects to be evaluated or re-evaluated, of which we don't know further, of which so many data remained hidden so far. So on the part of the researcher, he or she will dig out all those hidden aspects of our understanding, and out of the hidden aspects, he will explore new horizons. He will go on, evaluating in a new aspects of understanding that so far till then remained, very difficult to explore, or that was in no way discovered yet. So research is something that has a very specific purpose. Without having any specific purpose, researcher cannot move further. So the very first thing is that researcher must be fixed in his aim. He must be very man of purpose. He knows very well what he would like to do actually. At the time of doing research, he might face so many aspects around him or her and can get puzzled initially, but he must gradually come to know that which things are to be focused on and which are to gradually, put aside, which are not to be included in the research work. So this power of exclusion, that you need to exclude something, you need to deliberately put something away. Until or unless you deliberately put something away, all those clutters, all those objects which are not meaningful in that sense, and which are in no way sensible, which are in no way meaningful to the research work, they might cause some problem to you. So as a researcher, we have certain goals in mind. The first and the most important one is to, why does a researcher does research work? The first thing is that to achieve something new, the new insight, the new way of understanding, that is something in his mind. So he must gain familiarity, he must gain knowledge, and that knowledge no longer will be shallow in nature. Rather, that knowledge he must gain that is full of deep, insightful perspectives on that particular area. So familiarity on the subject. Because until or unless the subject is familiar to the researcher, he cannot move further. He cannot focus. He cannot take something new out of those old clutters. So familiarity is something, one of the goals that should be kept in mind when a researcher will go on doing research. So this is one aspect. And at the same time, his or her aim will be to achieve an insight, an enlightened state of the mind is necessary. Until or unless the researcher gets enlightened out of his own research work, that means something is lacking, something is missing. He must be suffering from some insight, some kind of ultimate finding out the facts that he must be in a problem. So these are the things to be kept in mind. So if these are the initial stages of the goal at the time of doing research work, on the other hand, we know that a researcher, being an individual, he must be gradually come to the very core of that situation or of that particular group, of that particular object. And this is basically seen in the case of descriptive type of research studies, in which the researcher talks in details, intensively and extensively in both ways. So an intensive and extensive, attachment to that particular subject, to that particular situation, or the group of individual with which he is working the research work, he must gradually come ultimately to portray a complete, accurate, authentic, truthful picture. Since research work is a kind of a work that is not subjective, rather it should be something very objective in nature. So his prime goal will be to find out a kind of a meaningful understanding, and that should be very objective in nature, and that should be devoid of any personal prejudices, and that should be above everything else a kind of a basic truth, a kind of a knowledge finding, and that knowledge can contribute to that whole corpus of our human understanding and human knowledge. At the very same time, when we are talking about all those aspects of the goal, keeping those things in mind, the researcher will go on doing the research work. At the same time, we have in mind that the frequency, how or in what particular way something is happening around. Is it something that is happening very rapidly? Is it something that is happening after a long gap? Think of some researcher is doing work on some volcanoes and he or she is actually working on the kind of features on the particular area, that mountain series, and how or in what particular way they are doing things. So almost like same on the part of a researcher, he must try to determine the frequency of a particular event, particular occurrence, and ultimately when he or she will make a kind of a database, on the basis of the database, he or she can determine the frequency, the level of happening. How is it happening? Is it happening something on regular basis, or there is a kind of a huge gap in between? So this very diagnostic nature, this is also another very significant aspect of the research work. And this diagnostic process can do miracle, because a researcher is that kind of a very passionate mind who will be laborious enough to find out any disparity, if there is found, any sort of gap. So this gap is something the researcher will always continuously, he or she will be there to find out which gap is identified. To find out the missing link is the primary object, that missing link. So something is missing in between, that this particular portion on which nothing is said, no one has discussed before, no work has been done on that particular area. So a researcher always must keep in mind, what is the gap? This gap is something that is the responsibility of a researcher. And at the same time, we have to think in mind that the kind of hypothetical approach and the causal relationship between variables. So if this is kept, the kind of result I get, and if this particular amount is changed, what kind of responses the other get. So these variables and cause and effect relationship, on the basis of which a kind of that parameter that is made and that hypothetical approach to the particular research work, this is another very significant aspect, significant goal that a researcher would like to aim at. And if that can be aimed well, so we can say the research is going well. So research means a kind of a complete package of a sound mind and the sound body of the researcher, and he will be focused, laborious, dedicated, sharp-eyed person, and who can immediately identify if there are any changes, if any change that take place immediately, and such changes can immediately be observed, detected on the part of the researcher. So till now, I was talking about some of the goals, because if we search more and more, we can find new goals are also very much available. And the goals can have, that can give us some space, a space of thinking, a space of reorienting our intellectual framework, and how do we think, and how should we help our co-researchers to think and to work on any particular object and aspect. Now, if these are another aspect of a discussion, the other thing that I was in mind that we have to discuss today are the different types of research work. Look, all research are not same. Since all research are not same, so we can have some kind of variations. One of the types of research is descriptive kind of a research. So what is the descriptive kind of a research? And this is very easy to understand, because in a descriptive kind of a research, what you find, this is a kind of a fact-finding session. And the inquisitive mind of the researcher, he will go on collecting data and information through fieldworks, consulting books and materials and some other thing in the laboratory. So he will be, doing a kind of a detailed study on a particular area. He must be doing some kind of a very, extensive, once again, I use the word extensive here, to find out certain facts, because those facts are very important, and those facts will be helpful to come to a conclusion ultimately. And in that very way, fact-finding is necessary, and descriptive research gives opportunity to a researcher to think in that way, to collect data, maybe from fieldwork or going to the library or in the laboratory as well, but it is ultimately helps the researcher to come to a conclusion. Now, if this is another part, on the other hand, we know analytical research work. Now, what is analytical research work? So this is another kind of research in which the information, the data, those are already collected. Now, what happens? The researcher already collected data and information and the materials, which are the result of the long and the intensive and the laborious journey, because collecting data is never easy. So out of those collected data, when the researcher analyzes them, makes critical commentary, because the kind of changes that he observes at the time of analyzing, he filters, he scrutinizes, he analyzes. So the process of scrutiny, the process of analysis, the process of all those things that take place around. So these things are actually called analytical researchers, because the part of the researcher, what do we find is researcher is actually analyzes. He interprets out of the analysis. And just like in the laboratory, in a diagnostic center. So almost like that, he analyzes the sample collected, and out of the samples, findings are there, and those findings are necessary to come out to a particular, conclusion. And that conclusion is the result, ultimate fruit of a research work. Now, when we are talking of this kind of researches, then other research types are also very much there. And another important research type is applied research. Now, what is applied research? Applied research is basically that sort of research that talks about finding a solution, and that solution that can have an immediate problem. And it may be for the cause of the society or industry, business organization, so whatever it may be. So applied research has some direct application. For example, we never ever thought of COVID-19 before. Now, yesterday I was watching a kind of a video. This was on Wimbledon tennis. So when the tennis, it was in process, what happened? The speaker, the announcer announced that we are really grateful to one person, and the person who actually designed COVID Shield. And because of that scientist, because she could design COVID Shield. So because of her contribution to society in general, now we are having tennis matches. And this tennis match today without mask is possible only because of the contribution, because she designed what should be the figure, what should be that chemical reaction and the chemical chain, exactly it will be. And because of that success, now we find that we have our social life back as it was earlier. And she is there amongst us. I forgot the exact name today, but she was there. I saw the video, and I found that everyone was, sharing their standing ovation to that scientist. Now look, this is called an applied research, because the researcher has done something that has an immediate, problem-facing solution. And the problem-facing solution is something that has an application in the society directly, application in the society or culture in general. It has a long-term effect in such a way. Now, if this is called applied research, we have also another kind of research at the same time. This is called fundamental research, and that talks primarily about generalizations. It talks about some formulating a theory. Now, this has, of course, good contribution, because this is also a part of research types. So if there is no theory, how can one progress? If there is no general concept in total, how a researcher can move further? So from that very angle, fundamental research work is, of course, very important, and it has some good contribution, because fundamental research helps to formulate a kind of a theory, or to give a very complete picture, a general idea and the thought in that sense. Now we have two very different kind of other types of research work. One is called quantitative research work. Now, what is quantity? That means the number, quantity, out of which comes out the name quantitative research work, because it is primarily focused on, it's based on the measurement of the quantity or the amount of anything, and this quantity and the amount is necessary again for broader cause, again for it has a mass application, that in what particular way this one is necessary ultimately. So quantitative research talks more on about the measurement, the quantity, and the amount of something, and it has that kind of an application in our society, in our research work in general. If quantity is one hand, and we have the qualitative research work as well. And what happens in case of the qualitative research work? We know that it basically talks and deals about some of the relations, some of the relative considerations, the quality of something. Now look, we often judge the quality of a particular product, but this measurement, the quality of anything, is never an easy task. You always compare something with another. You always make a kind of consultation with something and the other. For example, when you buy a packet of rice for cooking, now your family members may ask you, this quality of rice is not good, or this quality of rice is very good. Now the person who is putting such a comment that the quality of this rice is good and the quality of the rice is not good, he or she puts comments such kind of this one only because he or she compares with some previous experiences. Because he or she had the taste, the flavor, the quality in the mind. Since it is in the mind, immediately what does he or she do? He compares. So in case of qualitative research, it is of course a very major one, no doubt, because the researcher is very much well conversed with other research works on that particular area, on that particular aspect. Since he or she knows well, then only he can make a kind of a comparison. If someone has no idea at all of the previous researches done on that particular field and the area, then how can the quality be judged? Is it really possible to judge the quality when you have no idea? You are fresh and you are doing something for the first time? No, not at all. And in that case, you cannot judge the quality at all. So qualitative research work, it has a different kind of a flavor, and it has a different kind of importance in our understanding of research work. So the last two topics with which I would like to conclude today's talk on the goal and the types of research. This one is conceptual research. Now, its concept means some abstract idea. Concept means something that is a kind of a theory or a theorem. So in such cases, conceptual research work, what does the researcher do? He actually deals with different philosophical commentaries, philosophical sects, philosophical positions, philosophical understanding on any particular thinker, and then gradually the idea gets developed and the concept also gets developed at the very same time. So this is the kind of the reinterpretation. You interpret and you reinterpret on that particular, concept, on the kind of a particular idea. So in case of the conceptual research work, so this concept gradually gets developed. The concept gradually puts a very important meaning in that way. So if this is another one, and the last one with which I would like to conclude today is the empirical research work. So empirical research work is very popular, of course, because it talks about some of the experiences, it talks about some of the observations learned. So researcher, the way he experiences while doing something, and it is a first-hand experience. It's not something that he's collecting data. He is actually influenced by some other sources. Rather, he is doing research in his own way, a first-hand experience and an observation that is done alone. So in that case, we call that kind of research work an empirical research work. So maybe some new ideas, new aspects, or new kind of research types be available in coming days. But now the kind of topics, the kind of areas we have discussed today so far, so all those types of research work, and at the same time, the kind of goal which are to be kept in mind, to be remembered by the researcher, and then he will be focused and will go on, stick to the particular area, and ultimately can achieve success. So that's all for today's discussion. Thank you so much for your patient listening.